The Demon Hunter is a build that is always ready to take a stand against evil. The undead have virtually no chance against her combination of Guardian Circle, Fire Runes, Crossbow, and Heavy Armor. She's also a force to be reckoned with for the living when she dips her bolts in a vial of poison. Okay, let's take a look at the perks that I've chosen for the Demon Hunter in Ordinator. Starting with Alchemy, I picked up Mastery 2 out of 2, Poisoner, and Alkahest. You could argue for going for Bottomless Cup so that your poisons can be used for more hits, or Advanced Lab to make your poisons more powerful. I decided to not go for Bottomless Cup just so that I could use a wider variety of poisons against different types of enemies without having to have like multiple copies of my my crossbow, so that I could poison them with different things. It makes it a little bit easier, because otherwise with Bottomless Cup and 100 in Alchemy, you end up having 11 hits, so you got to do 11 attacks before you can change your poison over. Alkahest is also really nice because it ignores armor, and your crossbow already ignores armor, so the two work together to be absolutely devastating to armored individuals. Next up we have Destruction, which is a key skill. We've got Mastery 2 out of 2, Combustion 2 out of 2 for the extra damage, and the two absolutely key perks, Destruction Dual Casting and Rune Caster, which turns your fire runes into something that's truly devastating. You can cast them 75 feet further away and place 3 of them at your feet if you like. Instead of 1. And then I grabbed Ancient Seals as well, which turns it into a stacking elemental burn instead of instant damage. So stack those things on and watch your enemies melt away. Next we have Restoration. Mastery 2 out of 2. Edgewalker for the extra potency for your fast healing spell when you're low on health, and Respite to restore your stamina whenever you need to. Descending Light, which gives you magicka regeneration for the first 10 seconds of a fight. Afterglow 2 out of 2. When Descending Light ends, hostile undead within 40 feet burst into flames, taking 30 damage per second for 10 seconds. Exorcist, which causes Afterglow to also reduce armor by 500 points and magic resistance by 50% for its duration. And Crusader's Fire, targets within 30 feet affected by a turn undead spell, such as the Guardian Circle, perhaps. Burn with Divine Fire, taking 10 points of damage per second for 10 seconds, and causing your attacks and critical strikes to deal 25% more damage. All those put together makes for pretty much a cakewalk against undead. Next up we have Alteration. I just took Mastery 1 out of 2, and went up the resistance tree. For self-resistances, I took poison and shock. And alter self attributes, I took an extra 50 points for health. Then I grabbed Wild Shrines, which is just so that we can get to Wellok's Dormant Arcana. So when I have my Stone Flesh activated, so I chose Armor, obviously, an armor spell, I get 50 points of extra armor, 50 points of extra health, and 5% faster movement speed. And then we also grabbed Intuitive Magic 2 out of 2. So apprentice spells, for example, Fire Rune, Fast Healing, and Stone Flesh are all free to cast. So you're only really spending points or magic on Guardian Circle, pretty much. Guardian Circle at this level requires 212 magicka, and I have 250. So, there you go. I don't need anything else. For smithing, I got Mastery 2 out of 2, Advanced Workshop, and Smithing Specialization, and I went for Heavy Armor, so that I could max out my armor abilities. And on the left side, I took Merrick Smithing, Expert Smithing, and I chose Hard Steel, so that I could take my Dawnguard crossbow to Legendary. And Exotic Smithing, I went with Crystalline, which is Ebony and Stalrim, which I needed to take my armor to Legendary status as well. And speaking of, finally, we have Heavy Armor, which I just took Mastery 2 out of 2 and Heavy Armor Fit. And finally, one other note is about the magicka health and stamina. So I put 10 levels into magicka and stamina each, and 30 levels into health. I got an extra 50 magicka from the Adept Hood that I'm wearing, and extra 50 health from the Alter Self Attributes perk in the Alteration Tree, and another 50 health for the Wellok's Dormant Arcana. So giving me a total of 250 magicka, 500 health, and 200 stamina. I'd like to extend a special thanks to Mike Kaifano. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right this time. Not only for his very, very generous donations during the stream, but for creating this build to begin with. So it is a great build. You deserve all the praise that you've gotten over the years on the Tamriel Vault and the Skyrim blog before that, and wherever else you've posted that build. And it was really a pleasure to finally get around to making it. I've planned on doing it ever since I started doing Skyrim on this channel, and finally did it. So thank you very much, and I really appreciate it. I hope everybody enjoyed my Ordinator recreation of the Demon Hunter, and I hope it did justice to your original build, Mike. Thanks very much.